What's up, guys? Bobson6868 here, bringing you, as I promised, my very first ever game of multiplayer Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I got the 12 M1216. You know, when I first started this game, I thought this was like an assault rifle. It didn't come till later that I realized this was a shotgun. I mean, this is probably one of the strangest guns that they've used in Call of Duty. The 4-round shotgun with the spinneroonie to give you 4 more shots. Just this gun in general, I didn't care for. It didn't have a lot of range. You know, if you were close enough to anyone, you could kill them in your 4 bursts. But the problem was if you killed them in 2 bullets, you're basically screwed. You could either stop, see it right there. I have 1 bullet left. All you can do at that point is do a reload. So you either constantly reload this gun, or you hope that you kill them in the bullets you have. I mean, it was kind of like a lose-lose situation with this gun. I wish they would have had like some sort of button just to spin it. I don't care if you lose that bullet you still have or what, but you see here, every time I get a kill, I basically end up reloading it because I don't want to be running into people with just 1 bullet. So I'd like to talk a little bit about my thoughts on Black Ops 2. And before I do that, though, I would like to, if you haven't heard me say yet, tonight starting at 1 a.m., I am going to be having a 24-hour straight Call of Duty Ghosts live stream, if I can make it the full 24 hours. But it's going to be an attempt. I am going to give it a valiant effort. But, so, in my opinion, you know, there were things on this game that were bad and things that weren't so bad. So let's hit on guns, maps, DLC, and gameplay. The guns were pretty decent. There were a lot of new guns, a couple guns we had seen in the past, a couple variations of guns we had seen, and if you were a fan of assault rifles or SMGs, you had plenty of choice. Single fire, rapid fire, you had the fire select or whatever, so you could do like burst fire. There were tons of burst fire guns. I mean, there was everything, burst fire, SMG, and but if you went down to shotguns or snipers, you really didn't have as much option. But maybe that's because, you know, each one was more unique. They didn't really need as many. But I kind of felt like, other than assault rifles and SMGs, there weren't enough gun choices. I didn't like the guns as much, and I thought they were on the right track putting out new guns. I mean, of course, they only put out a new SMG, but I definitely think they'll do more of that in Ghosts, hopefully. I wouldn't mind paying, you know, a little bit of money, or in a DLC pack, you know, having some new guns. Battlefield's done it. They've been successful with doing it. One of the things we use the most, obviously, is the guns, and you know, we like new challenges, try new things, you know, new guns to master, new attachments to unlock, new camos, and it really helps the longevity of the game. So really, I would like to see DLC guns back more, and you know, focus more on the ones that we have less of. You know, don't give us 10 assault rifles and then be like, hey, here's a new assault rifle. You know, start with the ones that have less, you know, and come up with some new stuff. You know, I'm kind of like, I looked at the gun list on Ghost, and it's like, you know, who's heard of these guns? None of them have been in Call of Duty. Almost, you know, nothing's returning. It's like the Vector, you know. I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 other ones. So it's kind of like, you know, they just need more. Who could ever say they have enough guns? So what did I say next? Okay, so the maps, you know, I really didn't have too much problem with the maps. They were pretty varied. You know, pretty fun. The problem was they all kind of had like that one sniper spot where, you know, snipers could really just camp and hold in, and it didn't take a lot to defend them, and they could easily just pick people off as they ran by. Head glitches out of control. I mean, we all know this. Too many head glitches, just barrels and stuff everywhere, exploding things everywhere. There's no tactical reason to have exploding cars, you know? Just let us have that cover. And it's always like, you just run by the car and it blows up. It never like blows up when you're trying to kill somebody, you know? It's stupid, and I don't think we need it anymore. You know, there were a lot of maps that people complained about a lot. I think that the returning maps from older Treyarch games, they didn't really bring us back that feeling that we liked so much because the game was so much different that it was just frustrating to play. And so I really don't think they did a good job with the bringing back the old maps. It just wasn't worth it because this game is so much different than the original Black Ops. What were some of your guys' favorite maps or least favorite maps? I felt like a lot of them really would shut down air support. Like take this map, Yemen, for example. If you call in air support, there's buildings everywhere to hide in. There's so many places to hide that it really defeats the purpose of air support. And I happen to like the air support, so yeah. Now let's talk about. I can't remember if I said DLC or the overall gameplay, but I really like to just touch on DLC. In Black Ops, love the DLC. There are a couple maps I didn't like, but I love the DLC for the most part. Modern Warfare 3, I bought the first 2 DLCs. I hated the maps. They were just terrible and not fun to play. So now we get to Black Ops 2, and they enticed me enough with, Nuketown Zombies, I think it was, to just go ahead and buy a Season Pass. I bought the Season Pass. I wouldn't say I regret it. The maps were okay. I don't know if there were any that I really loved. For some reason, they had this whole circle motif going with almost all of them, where every map was a circle, but the maps weren't terrible. Again, it was mostly the design of the game that made the maps feel bad. So, I definitely like the DLC. In Ghosts, I already bought the Season Pass for Ghosts. I don't even have the game yet, and so call me a sucker. Hopefully Infinity Ward will make some good maps. I didn't play Modern Warfare 2 a lot, but I did get all the DLC on that. I didn't care for it so much. But I don't have any complaints, like I said, about the Black Ops 2 DLC. The best thing they have going for them is their epic zombie maps. They're so great. I mean, people will pay $10, $15 just for the zombie map. And it's kind of like, are you buying the maps and getting the zombie map for free? Or are you buying the zombie map and getting the maps for free? And they're really going to be, I think, missing that on Ghosts. And it's kind of sad that you only get zombies with Infinity Ward games. Treyarch games. But that's, I guess that's kind of how it works. It makes them stay in business. So let's talk about overall final thoughts on gameplay. Now, a lot of people think this game really suffered from lag compensation. I'm no game coding expert. I don't know what causes it to be bad, but to me this felt like the worst, laggiest Call of Duty ever. Like getting shot around corners. I noticed that a lot in Modern Warfare 3, but it got even worse on Black Ops 2. And I don't know if it's like what the reasoning is. Like just you run around a corner, you're behind cover and you're dead because the game thinks you're still out in the open, and I know it's kind of like a lag issue, and the quick scoping in this game just got ridiculous. Like they focus so much on making this game for quick scopers. Party games were back. I love the party games. Competitive was great and fun, even though I didn't play very much. I think there was just something for everyone in this game. Zombies, multiplayer, the story mode, new modes like Hardpoint, and that was kind of one thing that I wish they had done more. Like Modern Warfare 3 was introduced new game modes. They really didn't have any interest in doing that though. So overall, this game is almost wrapped up, but overall, I did not love this game. I was not a huge fan. It was frustrating. It was hard. I mean, the game just felt like it was against you, but you know what? Ghost comes out tonight. All we can do is hope for the best, and I'll see you guys tonight.